We do training skills, we do outdoor skills, we do survival skills, we do firearms training, things like that.
Like, it felt like I was on top of the world. We literally went into an area with no food at all, no water at all. We filtered the water, hunted for food. Like, it was very fulfilling.
This school has honestly grown my faith so much. I never believed that I could do any of this stuff.
I was kind of like fighting with the Lord, like, I don't need to be there.
That's really what we're all about, is stopping to help the person that needs us.
God is MorningStar University.
Hello, my name is Jason Wood, and I'm the Director of Special Forces School of Missions here at MorningStar University. And today I'm here with 3 of my students from this year, and we're going to be talking about what is Special Forces School of Missions and what can you expect if you come and join us. So we've had an amazing year. We just got back from our end of the year mission trip to what we call a sensitive country in Asia, so we can't mention the country itself, but we've had some amazing experiences throughout the year, and I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about some of those. So first I want to introduce you. We have Izzy Martin. Izzy, where are you from?
I'm from Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay. We have Melanie Martinez. Melanie, where are you from?
Hello, I'm from Louisiana.
And we have Corey Doctrell. Corey, where are you from?
I'm from Maryland.
Awesome. So this whole year has been sort of a microcosm of what we try to do here at Special Forces. We build up into the students. We do training skills. We do outdoor skills. We do survival skills. We do firearms training, things like that. At the same time, we're working on spiritual skills and ministry skills, and then we put that all together and we go on a missions trip. This year we went to Asia for a missions trip, and we really try to get the students to a place where they're not worried about all the little things that maybe would make us feel uncomfortable. We sort of covered that, and we've gone over that throughout the year earlier. So when we get on the missions trip, we can just focus on the things that God has for us to do and see the amazing things that He does on those trips. So first, let's start out at the beginning of the year. We had a special trip to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And Corey, I want to have you share a little bit about that. You were a big part. This is Corey's 3rd year in the program, and you were a big part in helping plan this year's trip to the Outer Banks. Why don't you share a little bit about that and what we did?
Yeah, so for that trip, we had the idea that we were going to do a very physically intense and rigorous workout. We ended up doing a 12-hour consecutive workout in the beach in the Outer Banks, and it went all night and until the sunrise the next day. And it was consisted of different core workouts, endurance workouts, upper body, a lot of calisthenics, and they were pretty spent afterwards. I was spent afterwards too, and then I had a friend help me as well, and so that was it. I had fun. I don't know if they had fun as much, but it was definitely fun, seeing them and also seeing the growth from where they were at the beginning of the year to where they are now. It's amazing to see that.
So let me ask you, Melanie, was that fun?
No.
But are you glad that you went through it?
Yes, it wasn't fun at the beginning, but afterwards it was like, wow, we did that.
Yeah, it's quite an accomplishment to be able to do that. There's not many people that are willing to do that and can say they accomplished that. And one of the reasons we do stuff like that is when we look back, and if something comes up that seems a little hard or whatever, you can say, well, wait a minute, I already did something like an all-night workout on the beach. If I can get through that, I can get through whatever this new circumstance or problem is. So that's one of the reasons. How about you, Izzy? What were your thoughts on the Outer Banks trip?
I definitely felt very accomplished after because of how hard it was. But like you were saying, once I got that done throughout the year, whenever hard things came up, I thought, well, I already did the whole workout for 12 hours. I can do anything.
Yeah. Right.
And we got to see the Lord's strength through it too, because He helped us that night.
Yeah. And one of the other amazing things is it was beautiful out there. Remember we saw the meteor shower we're out there on the beach and we're watching meteor showers come in. That was amazing. The sunrise over the ocean with the waves crashing in as you guys were finishing up. It was like just a couple more and we're done and we can go back and sleep. Like, that was an amazing thing. I remember that. I wasn't doing the workouts, but I was out there, and yeah, it was amazing to watch and amazing to see everyone accomplish that goal and meet that goal. So that was the beginning of the year. That's how we started. And then we began to enter into some of the other trainings and things that we were going to do. Now, this year was unique. Every year is a little unique, right? There's a different thing that happens. And one of the big things here, we're based in Fort Mill, South Carolina, right on the border with Charlotte, North Carolina, is we had Hurricane Helene happen right at the beginning of the school year. And because of that, we altered the program a little bit because we wanted to be a part of some of the relief efforts that were happening in Hurricane Helene, and because that's part of our DNA, that's who we are. We're someone that's going to be willing to step up whatever that challenge is. So right away, after the hurricane happened, that very first Saturday, we went as a group up to Boone, North Carolina, and we served with Samaritans Purse up there with some of the relief work. Melanie, why don't you tell us a little bit about what that was like for you?
It was very sad. I remember we were driving up and I was just praying the whole time in prayer. And then I remember we passed a certain gas station. Well, we actually got down at the gas station, and that's when we encountered the first victim. And he was homeless. And so we prayed for him and blessed him. But also I remember telling Izzy, wow, I just felt a shift in the atmosphere almost. When we crossed a certain point, I guess, I don't know. But I felt like a shift in my spirit, really dark and sad. So a lot of sorrow, I guess. And so it was really heavy going there, but it was also a blessing, being able to help and just be the hands and feet of the Lord and serve those people. It was very humbling too. Those people just lost everything. They don't have any clothes, and we complain about not having enough clothes or not having hot water, so yeah.
One of the things that really stood out to me, so in the morning we served with Samaritans Purse, and we were helping to what they call muck out a house. Basically, literally what that is digging the muck out of the house with shovels, mud, all the ruined furniture, taking it out, putting it on the curb for people to take. And we did that in the morning. In the afternoon, we had the opportunity. We have a student here at MSU whose family lives up there. So we had the opportunity to go and serve with his father. And the thing that we did there, they had a big semi-trailer that was being used like a storage unit. And of course, it had been flooded and everything inside ruined. And they needed us to unload that trailer and get it all out so they could be fine if there's anything salvageable to use, and the rest of it was thrown away. And we really had kind of a poignant moment. I think we're getting towards the end of that. We're unloading the trailer, and one of the women came that it was her stuff, was some of her stuff that we were unloading. And Izzy, maybe you can speak to that. What was that like, seeing her come and just sort of sifting through all the stuff that we thought was all going to the garbage?
It was sad to see for the whole time we were there, honestly, just seeing how this is people's items, this is their house, this is their stuff that they've held on to for so long, old pictures. We don't know what they had in there, but those things had so much value to them and sentimental things. And at the end, a lady came up and she was looking through the stuff, and she was trying to grab everything that was soaked in filthy water and really gross things from the hurricane, and she was trying to take it with her, and it was damaged and it was ruined, but she was in denial. She couldn't accept the fact that it was gone, so she was trying to take the stuff, and it was just completely damaged, and we had to try and help her. But yeah, it was sad and heartbreaking to see that.
Yeah. And while that was going on, Corey, you had a chance to minister. Was it her husband you were ministering to? Or one of the other guys? Yeah.
Yeah, there was somebody else there. I don't know if he was particularly related to the other woman, but he pulled me aside and we just started talking, and then this dude just gives out his entire life story to me, and I'm just sitting there listening, because like in some cases there's opportunities for us to be able to like sow or minister into people, or there's some chances, like cases where you just need to be like an open ear, and that's all that he needed was just somebody to listen to.
Yeah.
And so I was just there, just sitting and trying to console, and I really felt like in that moment, like I was able to like to be there for him. And he didn't know me at all, but he was telling me his entire life story. And then whenever I did have like an opportunity to talk, which there wasn't much, because he just kept on going and going.
Yeah.
But like he was processing, and
Yeah.
like it was definitely needed to see that aspect of not only just going there to like do the work, because anybody can do the work, but going there also like to minister as well. Like that was an amazing opportunity.
Yeah, it was a really poignant moment for me looking back, because we did a group photo at the trailer, and Corey wasn't in the photo because he was ministering to someone else. And that really touched my heart when I look at that photo, knowing you're not in the photo, not because I don't want to see you in the photo, but because that's really what we're all about, is stopping to help the person that needs us, you know. And this was a person that just needed to talk to someone, and you were that person, and you just stepped up and you just went over and talked to him, and it was a beautiful, beautiful thing, you know, hands and feet of Jesus, right? We'd been working all day, literally with our arms and legs moving stuff, but really it was your ears that did the most good for that person to be able to sit and talk to you and just share. He just needed someone to share. His whole life had been turned upside down by that hurricane, and you were that person. So that was a powerful thing, and that's part of what we do too. Like when we go through the physical things like we did on the beach, it's so we're ready and we have all that stuff down. We can work all day, and then as soon as something comes up like that, like a person needs just to talk, that we don't have to worry about, oh, I'm so tired, I can't do it or whatever. Like we just go do it. We can just move and right into that next thing. So that was a really beautiful moment, and one of the highlights for me of that first trip. And then as we began to move on in the school year, we did some other things that were kind of cool things. I'm a certified firearms instructor, and we did some survival training, and we did some weapons training. So I wanted to ask you, Melanie, what was that like going through the gun training?
Very fun.
Was that something in your background before you came?
MorningStar University is a star-crossed journey, a love story that brings you back to Jesus.
It's like this place where people go, where God leads them to become who they're meant to be.
It's like when you jump in the deep end of a pool, but if you also turn that into a really crazy rushing river with like a lot of rapids.
MSU to me is a place of growth and discovery and knowing the Lord in a real and more deep way.
It's a place where I can be my authentic self around real people that are actually fun and cool to be around.
MSU is an army of end times laid down lovers.
MSU is life-giving.
A place of training and equipping and community, a place to grow in our giftings and grow in our friendships.
I've never found friends and family like I have here before.
MSU to me is community. We are a family. Even though that we are all in different majors, we all come from different places, and we come here for college and to grow a relationship with God. We also grow a relationship with each other, and we will continue to do this as our life goes on, and we will have these friendships and memories as time goes on. That is MSU to me.
Find out more about MSU today, scan the QR code, or visit us online at mstaru.com.
No, I've only really shot a BB gun before coming here, but I really enjoyed it. It was fun, and now I get to say, like I kind of brag about it to my brother and my dad. I'm like, I shot an AK-47, like, have you? You know?
Yeah,
But
that's awesome.
It was fun.
And, you know, people ask me, well, why do you do that? Why would a ministry school be doing that? And there's two reasons. One, there's a survival aspect. We do teach a survival thing that we'll talk about this in a minute, but I expect the students to be able to go out and survive if they have to on their own. And that may involve using a weapon to hunt for food or whatever. And the second piece of that is, you know, the world is a really dangerous place right now. And as a person that might be in the mission field, you might end up going to somewhere that's in a war zone. You know, if you were in Ukraine right now or something, serving in the mission field. You might walk into a house and there might be an AK-47 laying on the table. I want everyone to know how to safely unload that gun and put it away so it's not a danger to other people or other kids. So that's part of why we do that. There's a lot of safety training in that, and but just to get people have a comfort level, just to know that, you know, that they can do these kind of things if they need to, if the opportunity arises. And that kind of leads us into the next thing I want to talk about, which was the survival weekend. We have, this is one of my favorite things we do. We have what we call survival weekend, where we go down to the swamps of North Carolina and we go for a weekend. We don't bring any food or any water, and we have to live off the land. We have to find our own food. We have to find our own water. And what was that like for you guys? So, Corey, I want to ask you, what was that like for you this year?
Yeah, so it was definitely challenging because I definitely enjoy eating food. And so not being able to like have any food at all except for we have to rely on like our hunting skills and stuff like that. Like it was very challenging, but we said a lot of prayers. Me and my team, it was the guys, and we ended up getting 2 hogs. We also got some fish too, which we were very hungry, and so the quality of the food probably wasn't the best, but we were so hungry that like it didn't really matter. Like that, it felt really good afterwards. Like going back, it felt like I was on top of the world. We literally went into an area with no food at all, no water at all. We filtered the water, hunted for food. Like it was very fulfilling. And then we stopped and got cookout and just pigged out after that, which was amazing too.
We did get cookout after on the way home. Now, Corey, was that something that was in your background? Have you done stuff like that before you came to SF?
Oh, no. So I've never used a firearm before. I was super nervous, like my first time ever shooting, but like being able to be like taught how to comfortably use a firearm, like I'm definitely more confident whenever there's a firearm in the room, and being able to hunt like and actually catch something and not have to worry about like I'm gonna starve or I'm not gonna be able to provide for my family. Like those things are now wiped off the table. Like I have like that skill now. I'm able to survive.
That's awesome. How about you, Izzy? What was that like for you?
So that weekend, it was in the beginning of December. So that weekend it was so cold, but thankfully, like one of the skills that we learn in here is also how to build a fire. So we were able to have heat and a fire, and even like times around the fire, like fellowship and communion with each other, because we're all going through hard times. So we're
talking
all bonding
about food around the fire.
Yeah, grilling some catfish and hog on a campfire. But I just thought it was really cool that weekend how we set out trot lines that the first night that we got there, and we went hunting and we didn't catch nothing. We were like, we better hope we have fish on the trot lines, because if not, we're not eating tonight. And we prayed, and there was how many fish?
2 large. Well, there was 3. We lost one getting in the boat.
We got 3 catfish, but only got 2 catfish. But they were big catfish. And even the next day, we caught not just 1 hog, but 2 hogs. So the Lord like provided for us on that weekend trip.
Yeah. And is that something that had been in your background before, stuff like that?
No, I've never done any of that stuff. Yeah. So it helped me believe in myself more that I could do this.
Do you guys feel like now that you did that you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff? Like it's not that big a deal?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because that was the goal. That's why we do that, just to sort of take all that stuff off the table. You know, the other thing too, the going without food is a lot of times American Christians, they may know the word fasting, but they've never done it. And I want you guys to know how your body's going to react if you're in a situation where you don't have any food for a day or two. Because when we go in the mission field, that may be the case. You may be fasting on purpose, or you may be fasting because there is nothing to eat. But either way, we don't want you to be surprised when you're in a third world country somewhere. Oh my gosh, how's my body going to react to not eating? I want you to have done that at least once, a little bit. So that was awesome.
God is MorningStar University. God is moving at MorningStar University. We believe the wind of His Spirit is blowing and calling a new generation higher.
This school is for the wild ones, the risk takers, the revivalists, the burning hearts who know there's more.
More prayer, more power, more purpose, more of His voice, and more of His presence.
If you're looking for your tribe, your people, your family, you just found it here at MSU.
Here, you're not just a student, you're part of a family that's chasing after God together.
We're here to help you go deeper in the supernatural, grow in the prophetic, discover your purpose, and be equipped for your calling.
Whether you're called to missions, worship, or the marketplace, we'll help train you, empower you, and send you out with fire and direction.
And if you hear the call to join us, we will be here to help you discover your purpose, give you the training you need, and support you all along the way.
This isn't just a school, it's a family and it's a movement.
Applications are open, the wind is blowing. Will you follow it?
Visit mstaru.com for more information or to apply today.